Hey, all you Mandalorian Season 3 haters. Chapter 23 just happened. Now what? Chapter 23 of The Mandalorian is called The Spies, and I despise anyone who has not said that this season of The Mandalorian has been great. I have loved it, and this one was no exception, just another fantastic episode. But I think the difference in this one, I don't see a lot of people hating on it online. Everyone that I saw saying that this season was terrible was saying that this episode is what they wanted from the entire season. So I just say, where you been? This has been the whole season. I've been enjoying it. So I gotta say, this episode was fantastic. We finally get to see Moff Gideon after being teased this entire season. We finally get to see Giancarlo Esposito, one of my favorite actors. He delivered as he always does, but we got to see this new shadow council, this new shady council of figures that we had never seen before. Seems like this is where Moff Gideon is kind of getting his orders from, his marching orders. But there was a mention of Thrawn in this one. Now, I'm going to put this question out to you. Do you think Thrawn is going to show up first next week in chapter 24, or are they going to wait until the Ahsoka show? Because we've already seen him in the Ahsoka trailer, but are they going to pull out the Thrawn in Mandalorian season 3? I want to know. I'm very interested to see what you guys think. I also want to know, who are the spies? The name of this episode is The Spies. So who are they? Who do you think they are? Do you think it's the armor? I've seen a lot of people talking about maybe the armor is up to no good. Is it Axe Woves? You know, he's kind of come on strong this last episode. Maybe he's up to no good and taking the highest bidder. You know, he's taking a price. And maybe he's the spy. I'm very interested to see, because this episode itself, besides Elias Kane at the very beginning, we can't really point to anybody specifically in this episode and say, oh, that's the spy. There wasn't anyone revealed. They took Paz Vizsla off the table. Moment of silence, R.I.P. to Paz. Went out like a true hero, but took him off the table, so he's not a spy. So who is the spy? I want to know. We'll find out next week, most likely in chapter 24, but I want to know right now. So tell me in the comments down below. This episode saw some further unification of Mandalorians. We had this pirate ship of Mandos coming in, and they've been there the whole time. We've got the sect. We've got the new Mandos. We've got the old Mandos. Everybody's coming together. But I think this whole season has been building to the unification of all of the splintered factions of Mandalorians. We know that they're better together. They're stronger together.
This is the way.
Kind of like Caesar in Planet of the Apes. Apes strong together. So we'll see what happens when all of the Mandalorian might comes together. But speaking of Mandos, when Moff Gideon came in with his BESKAR armor, looking like Darth Vader and Darth Maul, I was like, oh, okay, maybe that's a shout out to the Maulorians, all the Mandalorians that followed Darth Maul when he had the Darksaber. So I like the armor that Moff Gideon used, and when he came in, that was like, okay, let's see what he's got. But there's like this secret Imperial base that they discover on Mandalore. I want to know what's going on with Project Necromancer. I want to know what's the deal with Thrawn coming in. What are his plans?
Grand Admiral Thrawn's return will herald in the reemergence of our military and provide Commandant Hux enough time to deliver on Project Necromancer.
So all of these things are coming together, and I think one of the great things about, looks like what Filoni and Favreau are leading to, is making Episode 9 better. Episode 9 is probably my least favorite Star Wars film of all time, but if they can retroactively make Episode 9 and the sequel trilogy itself better just through The Mandalorian, okay, now you got my attention. Just like the way that the animated Clone Wars and Rebels and other things we've seen retroactively made the prequels better. That's what I want to see, this whole world that Filoni is building, and looks like it's going to culminate in his movie, his New Republic movie. I want to see if this, once we look back on it, does this make the sequel series better? I also cannot end this review, this BESKAR breakdown, without talking about IG-12 and Grogu piloting the IG-12 mech. That was my favorite part of this whole episode, seeing baby Grogu jump in there under the pilot's controls. Also seeing Babu Frick come in with the controls and coming in. Bad baby, no squeezie.
Bad baby, no squeezie.
Obviously, I love Babu Frick. I love Grogu. Getting those two together. The only thing that could have been better is if Salacious Crumb came in and a Kowakian monkey lizard started laughing. That's the only way that this could have been better. But speaking of the way, this is the way.
This is the way.
This season of Mandalorian, I think, has just been great. I've loved it. Don't understand the hate. Don't understand the people not enjoying it. But tell me in the comments down below, what are you thinking of this season and this penultimate episode? I thought it was fantastic, and I think next week's finale is going to be something special. So tune in next week for my final BESKAR breakdown on Season 3 of The Mandalorian. I thank you for joining me here in the Vactorverse. I hope you have a great day.